one of the interesting papers that we did about 10 years ago, when we looked at the same serotonin transporter genes in many primates. In India we have 6 or 7 different kinds of primates. We don't have the large primates other than humans, but we have langurs and macaques of various kinds. Most of the common langurs that we see around our cities are rhesus macaques, and they live in a very elaborate social setting. There's a head of the tribe, there are a number of ranked males and females, and there are infants, and infants have to be looked after by all the sisters together, and there are in-laws and outlaws. So when a young woman monkey from the other tribe has to marry, in very elaborate rituals are done, and acceptance is guaranteed, and they seem to have postpartum depression. All this we already knew from animal observation, but then we were interested in the genetics of all this. So we looked at the genes which regulate serotonin across all these monkeys, and since we work in a research institution, we just send some research students to collect fecal matter. You can't convince a monkey to give a blood sample very easily. And turns out that it's only the social monkeys which have genes for depression. The monkeys, the primates that live alone, like the Hanuman Langur or the Arunachal Macaque, don't have the gene at all. And that points us to a very important aspect of depression, that depression is essential for social bonding. If you're feeling upset and somebody soothes you and calms you, then that bond is made much stronger. If you are living entirely alone, then depression as an experience is irrelevant to you. So as a species, animals have evolved to a completely solitary lifestyle, in which even if they are happy or sad, there will not be another one to come and soothe them. Don't have the wiring, may not have the wiring necessary to produce these complex emotional states. Whereas animals that live in complex social systems, depression works as a signifier, as a bonding ritual, as something that works. So which is why issues like soothing, touching, caressing, the whole range of behaviors you see in primates, of grooming, touching each other, and you see this in all primates, that this behavior itself reduces anxiety, improves bonding, improves social cohesion, and brings in a whole level of calmness. Anybody who knows pets, who has pets, will understand how soothing an animal basically is a function of just stroking. So the fact, we also know now that the stroking itself releases serotonin in the brain, produces a surge of oxytocin in your hormones, and both these hormones, both these neurotransmitters and hormones actually work back on rewiring the brain. So this whole circuit as to how social behavior changes the way individuals react is very important. That's been one of the reasons why the last 10 or 20 years during postpartum period, people encourage skin-to-skin contact with the mother and child. So these are just observations, but now we know that that touch changes chemicals in the brain of the baby and the mother. The mere licking of the mother's skin induces certain healthy gut bacteria in the child, which then protects the child.